Natalie starts off this hour in Buffalo, New York. Hi, Natalie. How are you?
Hi, Dave. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up with you?
All right. Well, I have a CD that I've had under guardianship since I was a minor. I'd like to go ahead and remove that guardianship so I can cash out that CD and pay off some debt. My dilemma is, since it's a guardianship, both my parents' names are on the CD account, and unfortunately, both my parents are substance abusers, and I would really not like to do this with them because I'm afraid they'll ask me for money. So my dilemma is, I'd like to know is if it's morally okay to go around them through the courts and get this money without them.
Okay, so they have a guardianship over you because it was opened for you when you were a minor.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was a result of a lawsuit, a personal injury. I was injured when I was little.
Okay. All right. Are you sure? How old are you now?
I'm 28.
Are you sure that wasn't revoked upon you becoming becoming an adult?
Well, when I get my statements, it still has it on my statements.
Have you attempted to go to the bank and just cash it out?
Yes, and they told me they won't do anything because the guardian is still on there.
I see. Okay, so it did not dissolve. Because a normal account would be a custodian account, and that would dissolve when you turn 21. The custodianship would automatically go away. In most cases, not all the time, but in most cases. All right, so you would rather go through a court action than sit and talk to them?
Yes, because I just don't. I love them, but I don't have any faith in them that that they'll do the right thing if I were to offer them.
I don't have any faith in them. It's you that's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
Because you just got to look at them and form the words. It's a short word. It sounds like this: no.
I know. I agree.
And that's on you.
Yeah.
So the word no is going to cost you $5,000 to $10,000 and a bunch of hurt feelings.
Yeah.
I would say the word no.
Mm-hmm.
I would sit down with them and say, "This is my money. It's in my name, and we need to have you. I need to have you sign these two pieces of paper releasing it to me. Can we have some of it? No.
Okay.
Well, we're not going to sign the papers. You are going to sign the papers, or I'm going to take you to the court, and I don't want to do that. But this is not your money. It was my money. It was set aside for me, and no, you can't have any."
Okay.
I wouldn't spend $5,000 or $10,000 to avoid that 3 sentence of confrontation.
Right. Well, see, I called the court and asked them, and as far as I know, all I have to do is pay them. It's like a $75 fee, and I have to tell them why I don't want my parents involved. I don't know if there's any more legal fees than that, but that's
okay. Well, if that's all you got to do, that's fine. But what I thought I was hearing was that you had to change ownership on an account, and it was going to have to go, and you're going to have to hire an attorney and everything else. If you can pay $75, walk before the judge hands it to you, and you want to do that, that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. For $75, I probably would pay that to avoid the crap you're talking about. But I wouldn't pay $5,000 or $10,000 to do that.
No.
Now, what are you going to do when they call you after they hear about this sometime?
Oh, I'm going to tell them no.
Well, they may get notification by the court, right?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure how that works.
So we're not really going to avoid the conflict completely, are we?
No.
So you got to get ready.
Okay.
You got to get the little steel, install some steel in your backbone.
That's exactly what I need to do.
Yeah, and let me help you with that for a second, okay?
Okay.
You grew up in a family that had substance abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the child of an alcoholic, the child of a substance abuser, which by nature, to the extent you've done some healing and some learning about that, you may have overcome it. But by nature, you've been in a codependent role. And that's what's pulling at you here, okay? And codependent just means that we're enabling people to do things that we shouldn't allow them to do. We're giving a drunk a drink, in other words. And when you give these people money, that's what you'd be doing, correct?
Correct, absolutely.
Now, enablers are the nicest, sweetest, conflict-avoiding people you will ever meet. You are a nice person, right?
Yes, I agree.
What you have to do is you have to redefine the word help. Because if you have a tendency to want to cave and give them money, that would be called enabling. And that means you've defined the word help incorrectly because you feel like you're helping them by giving them some money. You're not helping them. You're actually harming them because you're financing their misbehavior.
Right.
And so by saying no, you are actually helping. And if you can get that truth down in your spirit, it helps you to say no. And the way it helped me was like this. Have you got kids?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's pretend your 3-year-old wants to play in the middle of the street where busy cars are going up and down, busy street. Mm-hmm. And they don't like it when you say no. But you're actually helping them against their will, but you're actually helping them to not misbehave and bring harm to themselves by saying no. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing as your parents. They want to play in the street, and you're saying no. And to say yes would be unloving. Mm-hmm. To allow your 3-year-old to play in the street and get killed by a car, what kind of mom would do that?
Right.
And you kind of start thinking about it in those terms. You go, well, what kind of a daughter would I be if I helped you drink yourself into the ditch? Or helped you do whatever substance you're going to do? I'm going to finance that? I'm not that kind of daughter. I'm a daughter that loves their parents. And you kind of get this thing inside of you and you equate it to playing in the street. That helped me to kind of get my head around some of these behaviors because I've seen people with it for so long, and I deal with it too. Nobody's an exception. We all want to be nice to people. And we all want to avoid, we don't want to just stir up trouble. There's a few people want to stir up trouble, but most don't,
Right.
And so you got to kind of get yourself ready for this discussion because it's coming anyway, regardless of which method you use. And I'll send you a book called Boundaries. Have you ever read that book?
I have not. No.
Oh, you're going to love it.
Okay.
You're going to read it and you're going to go, oh, crap, I know that guy. It's just, you're going to be blown away. You're going to love this book. It's one of my favorite top 10 books of all time. It's Dr. Henry Cloud, Boundaries. I'll give it to you. I'll have Kelly pick up and we'll send you a copy of it. You got to read it. You got to read it before your parents call because as soon as you do, you'll have a whole different view on how to handle them. And it's not unloving to say no to a 3-year-old who wants to play in the street. As a matter of fact, it is the opposite. It is an act of love to not participate with someone in their own destruction. And you really have to kind of get that in your head. People say, that's tough love. No, it's just love. It's not tough love. It's just real love. It's tough love to don't let your 3-year-old play in the street. No, it's not. It's love. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.